Welcome to Spotlight on Education. I'm Jennifer Forbes, Director of Community Relations, and your host for today's program. I would like to welcome someone who should be very familiar to you, Dr. Ann Magistro, who has just been appointed our Superintendent of Schools. She takes over the position on March 1st. Welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You must be very excited.
I am, very.
Now, you've been in education for 35 years. 31 of those years have been here in East Brunswick.
Yes.
What positions have you held, and what have been some of your past experiences?
Well, I started my career as a second grade teacher and realized very quickly in that time that I enjoyed most working with students who were having difficulty learning or behavioral problems. So I then began a study in my master's degree program under guidance and counseling and started to take that field. When I entered East Brunswick, it was as a high school counselor, which I enjoyed very much. I was 8 years in that position, and working one-to-one with high school students and their parents was very rewarding for me. I was promoted to department chair, which I held for 2 years. And then I continued in other administrative positions. I was assistant principal at the high school, administrative assistant to the superintendent, assistant superintendent for student activities and services. I spent some of this time as the principal of Frost School. And then my present position as Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources.
Now, you mentioned your position as the high school assistant principal. You were the first female secondary school administrator, and now you are the district's first female superintendent. How does that feel for you?
I think it's very important for students and staff to see that hard work and commitment pays off. Doesn't matter whether you're male or female. As a superintendent, selecting one who has had a long history in this school district and with the community, I think is certainly something that the staff sees as being very positive. Certainly being a role model for young women is something that I feel good about as well.
Very good. One of the things that I know we've talked about, and you've been very proud to talk about, is the support you've received from your family, particularly from Hank Stankiewicz, who is the supervisor of technical business and computer education for the district. How do they feel about this new opportunity for you?
Well, they're very proud, obviously. I really feel that in any career, without the support of your family, it's very difficult to really be successful without them behind you 100%, and I think I have that. My children are both teenagers, both school-age children, and my husband really understands the true meaning of teamwork in a marriage. He's very supportive at home and for my career, and I think it's been a wonderful opportunity for them to see me in this role and for me to have them behind me and supporting me the way they do.
That's really wonderful to hear. You're starting this leadership position in the middle of the school year. What challenges does that present for you?
Well, I don't find it problematic to be starting in the middle of the year. I have been a central office administrator for over 15 years and involved in the management of the school district and in the decision-making process of this district. When the board announced their intent to appoint me in January, I've been working very closely with the superintendent, Dr. Jamie Savadoff, and I think it's been a very smooth transition, and I'm certainly ready to go.
Good. What kind of superintendent would you like to be?
I like to be a very hands-on superintendent. I feel that that's been the most successful in my career here in East Brunswick, in that I get involved in what I'm working on with the staff, with students, with community. In terms of the schools and the students, I'm in this business because I love students and I love learning. So I'll be in the schools. I enjoy sitting in a cafeteria and eating with kids. You learn most about what goes on in their lives by sitting with them and talking with them. And I have done that in the past, and I have thoroughly enjoyed sitting with students over lunch. I will do that. I plan to sit in with student council meetings, be invited to those, and be able to hear how they feel the school district can better meet their needs as students. I hope to go to as many extracurricular and activities within the school as I can and be a part of that, because that's really the part that I love a great deal. So that's the piece of the superintendency that I hope I'll be able to expand upon and be out there in terms of the kids. In terms of staff, I am most fortunate. Teachers, administrators, support staff, bar none in this state. And I plan to be out there and to hear what they have to say, and because I value what they have to say. Because I have a long-standing relationship in the district, I feel very comfortable walking through the schools. People are very comfortable coming up to me and sharing with me their concerns, their successes. And I think that's important for the superintendent to have a pulse of what's going on in the buildings and with their staff. And I think that this is an opportunity for me to do that, and I'm looking forward to that. In terms of the community, that's an area where I think I like to focus a good deal of my attention, because I believe that we need to bridge a gap in communication with them. I plan to reach out and to be as invited, hopefully, to as many organizations as I am able to be able to have open dialogue in terms of the school and what we're about. And I don't mean just organized groups. I certainly am looking forward to meeting with the seniors at the Senior Center. I've been there a few times and I thoroughly enjoyed those visits. But I'm also looking at groups of community members who just wish to get together and invite me to sit and talk with them. I'm planning to have brown bag lunches in which I'll just invite people to come in, bring their lunch, and sit and chat with me. I plan to have a few evenings also for people that are unable to come during the day. But I want to continue to have an open dialogue with parents and students and staff. I believe that's what's been successful for me over the years, over my 31 years here in East Brunswick, is that I'm approachable. And that's what I'm going to build my superintendency on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who are you?
Who am I? I'm Dr. Magistro, and I'm the new superintendent of schools. Who knows what a superintendent is? Okay. All right, go ahead, Julie.
Like a boss?
Like a boss? Well, yeah, kinda.
You're in charge of all the schools in East Brunswick.
Very good. In charge of all the schools in East Brunswick. Make really important decisions on the kinds of books that you read, and pick such excellent teachers like Mrs. Cohen, who comes every day and does a wonderful job with you.
Exactly, every day.
And guess what?
What?
Who decides when school closes for snow?
Yeah!
So who can tell me the ingredients to the cakes that you're eating?
Corn.
Corn? What else?
Eggs.
Eggs?
Water.
Water?
Milk.
Milk?
Corn oil.
Corn oil?
That's it.
Is there any? And who was doing all the cooking this morning? She a good cook?
Yeah.
How do they taste?
Delicious.
Delicious. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let me try.
Taste test.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Oh, I feel like I'm on the Food Network. Everything's always wonderful there.
This is great. How many boys and girls cook at home?
I make eggs at
What are you making at home?
I usually cook the dinner with my dad.
Oh, and Dad's a good cook too?
Yeah. And sometimes I made cookies for my birthday on Sunday night.
Well, who else cooks at home? Good.
If with help, I could make a pancake or a milkshake.
With help, okay. Good morning, Miss Whipke. How are you this morning?
Good, how are you doing?
Just fine.
Happy 100th Day.
Tell me about what we're doing this morning.
We are doing my very favorite thing. We are shopping. Because it's 100th Day, we got, how much money did we get, class? $100 to spend. And while we're shopping, we're trying to find things that cost less than $100. We're buying 5 things. And we're estimating to make it easier for us to add them up. And then if we spent less than $100, we have to figure out how much change we're going to get back.
Let me go around and see what we're doing.
David, did you need help?
What are we buying here? Can I see? You're shopping at Office Max? And what are you buying? You bought file folders? What are you going to do with those file folders?
Gonna put my schoolwork in them.
Well, that's a good idea. Are they different colors? Well, hello there. Can I play?
Yeah.
Well, let's go. We playing with the house?
Like with that.
Okay, let's go here
You have
first.
to be a customer.
All right, let's start here, and then I'm going to go be a customer. First, show me what we're doing here, because you know how long it's been since I've played house?
Come on, Gina.
Tell me about your house.
Really pretty and dirty.
Huh?
This is the mom's room.
Okay, what else is for sale here?
Okay.
I had rice.
Here.
Who do you call? Is that for when you have call-in orders?
It's for order because we deliver too.
What did you make?
I made
Soup?
tomato soup.
Oh, I see a tomato in here, and I see crackers, and my milk.
If you do camera and you're new over here, you get an extra dessert.
I get an extra dessert because I'm new?
Yeah, you get an extra dessert.
This looks like what, apples? Do you know what a superintendent is? Do you know what my job is?
In charge of the entire school district.
Charge of the entire school district, yes. Are you more of a sports person? Tell me what kind of sports you're into.
Baseball.
Baseball.
I like soccer.
Soccer. So I'm sitting with a group of sports people. You also?
I play basketball.
Basketball, soccer.
So do I. Yeah. And we play tennis.
Okay. What position do you play in soccer?
I usually play midfield.
Goalie.
I play midfield.
Well, I got a lot of soccer games because my son is a high school goalie. I'm in charge of all the schools in East Brunswick, and I come into all the schools. I love to see the boys and girls in schools because then it tells me what's going on. And it's important for me to know what's going on. So tell me, what are you doing? Because this looks beautiful. First you drew the picture.
And then, well, first you kind of like sketch it out.
Right.
And then, actually first you just like paint one color for the background.
Right.
And then you sketch it out a little bit. And then you paint it. And then after you get it to look like you like it,
Right.
you add like a little more detail. You shade it. Like I did for this one.
Oh, this is very nice. One of the things that I'd like to know is if you had, starting out just like myself, new superintendent of schools, coming around asking students what kinds of thoughts they have about their school and what they'd like to see happen, what kinds of things would you share with me? What would you like to have better? If you could change anything in school, what would it be? Yeah. Parking.
Yeah, juniors.
You would like juniors to park?
Yeah, definitely.
What, are we all juniors?
Yeah.
No? You're a senior. Well, see, now she has a parking spot, I'm sure, right? Is that the only thing? What other kinds of things do you think?
Have school start later. Yeah.
Later, early start. Well, you got a late start yesterday.
Yeah, it was good. But it's like,
We'll start at 9 and we can still get out at like 2 or 2:30.
yeah, it's just way too early because like you get so much homework and like you're up late and like you have other activities or whatever, and it's just way too early. Like to focus at 7:30 in the morning.
What about students that have jobs after school, athletics after school? It kind of works out well for an early dismissal for many of our students. I know that was one of the reasons that we looked into many years ago, changing the time, because students who were in athletics and had jobs after school had difficulty getting to those places on time. Do we have anybody that has a job after school here? No? Sports?
When I did have a job,
Right.
it definitely was hard. So I go to work after school, not come home until 8 o'clock, and then you already have paper to do, so the next day, you're up the whole night doing the whole paper. It's definitely a problem.
Okay. So how does it work with coming out earlier out of school? Give you more time to do the work?
At least.
At least. How about sports? Do we have anybody here that's in sports? Yeah. You have a way. Good morning, and I'm Ann Magistro. I'm the new superintendent of schools, and I thought I would stop in this morning and talk to some of the high school students to find out about your experience coming through the school district, not only the elementary years, the middle school, the junior high, and the high school, and share with me some of your thoughts about the district and what you feel we could do to improve, or what really stood out as being really exceptional for you.
Okay, well, I only came in 9th grade, so. Yeah. But I felt like Churchill was fun, and it was a pretty good school. And I think now that they're doing the construction there, it's probably going to be better, because it was pretty crowded when we were there. But as far as like the core curriculum goes, it's pretty good. It's pretty it's encompassing everything. Yeah, it's solid.
I only moved here about 6 months ago, and I don't like the scheduling. Because my husband had a rotating schedule,
Right.
so it was a lot more convenient. So I wouldn't have to give up my lunch. I didn't have my lunch this year. So it was
How does the schedule confuse you?
No, it's just like, it's a hassle having to go through all 8 classes.
Oh, okay. Rather than you came from a
Also because you can't do as much in like the shorter time period. So it's like a lot of things that we would never have got, we could get to. A lot of the discussions that happen in class, like the really good ones, are always like the way end right before the bell rings, and then we don't have time to go into them. So if we had like a solid hour of class to go through it, we could make it out of class, I think.
If you have suggestions, I know that Mr. Murphy is very open to receiving.
Yeah, he's good about I'm impressed with the way he handles pretty much most of the time. He knows
Well, I thank you for taking the time this morning, because I know you want to get back to your lab work, because you're probably due next period, right, with this homework?
3 periods.
3 periods from now? Well, I'll give you the time to finish up. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me this morning. Mr. Murphy, when I asked to take a tour of the school, this is not one of the things I'd like to see, but tell me what's happening here.
Well, unfortunately, we have a number of areas in the building where the roof is leaking due to the expansion with freezing and the water on the roof. The custodians did a phenomenal job over the snow, clearing snow on the roof so that we didn't have a bigger problem. But this has been a chronic problem ever, I guess, almost all school year. It's been repaired and then seems to open up again. We have a similar problem in one of our computer labs and one of the science rooms.
Now, this class has new equipment, doesn't it?
Brand new equipment, all keyboards that are tied into computers so the students can do electronic composing. And we've unfortunately, from time to time, had to cover it up because of the leaks. Once it's repaired, they get to use it. But it's been an ongoing problem that we've been dealing with.
Obviously, this is going to be in March, and we're heading into looking forward to the annual school election. What challenges and opportunities do you see with that, and how do you plan on communicating the budget, the school budget, with the community?
Well, obviously, my very first big challenge as superintendent will be the school budget. That's coming up very fast and on our heels. And it's a very difficult process for us as we go into this venture. The Board of Education and the administration have been working over the past several weeks on reviewing and refining the 2003-2004 budget. And we take a look at what the needs are for our students, what kinds of things need to be done for our facilities, and at the same time, looking at the expenses of the district, also understanding what the fiscal concerns are of the community. So we try to address both, and I truly feel that we'll be offering a budget that will take both of those aspects into account.
What do you think is most important about this year's budget for the community to understand? What do you want the community to understand about it?
Well, I think it's important to note that we're struggling with increasing enrollment. We've had 400 new students over the last 2 years, and state aid has not increased in our district. As you're increasing more students and not receiving additional aid, that poses obviously difficult decisions that have to be made in terms of offering the kinds of things that we need to offer for our students. We have 80% of our budget is fixed costs, salaries, benefits, mandated programs. The state and federal government continue to mandate programs for our schools without giving us sufficient funds to fund those. Makes it very, very difficult for the district. We have 40 and 50-year-old school buildings that need repair, and many of those repairs are not reflected in our new budget that we're proposing, but at some point we'll be coming, I'm sure very shortly, out to the community and explaining that while we haven't been able to incorporate those kinds of repairs and renovations to our buildings, we need to address them. So I see those coming up. I think it's important for the community to know that when you vote down the budget, it doesn't necessarily mean that you won't see a rise in taxes. And I think it's also important when people think of April 15th, and I throw that out so everybody can jot that on their calendar, that it's just not a vote for the school budget, it's also a vote for the board candidates. And that's a very important piece. These are people who dedicate their time, week in and week out, and it's important that people come out and understand that that's an important part of the budget, the voting process.
You were talking just a little bit earlier about communicating with the public, speaking to them, going out and visiting groups. Specifically in regard to the budget, how do you plan to communicate the information for this year's school election?
In addition to offering budget presentations throughout the community, we are encouraging community members to come to our board meetings. We will be discussing the budget every Thursday evening in March at 8:00 p.m. in our administration building. It's the John R. Kopko Administration Building, 760 Route 18. And if people are unable to attend the meetings, we are pleased to announce that we are now televising our program on EBTV, Channel 3, every Friday at 7 p.m. during March and at the beginning of April. When the board is in the process of budget deliberations, people will be able to see those deliberations and those things that the board wrestles through on those presentations. We will be on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. during March and the first 2 Saturdays in April as well. We hope that the community will either come to the meetings or watch it on TV and learn more about the budget, which will be on April 15th as the school election, and we encourage people to come out and vote. It's very important for them to vote on this. Also, we have an email address, which is commrel@ebnet.org, for anyone who has comments that they would like to share with us. That's an open email invitation for them to share their comments regarding the budget or any issue that they may have about the school district.
Well, before we say goodnight, I'd like to say congratulations once again. It'll be exciting to work with you. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we end the program?
I would just like to encourage parents to get involved and community to get involved in knowing more about the school district. We know that during budget time there's a heightened awareness and people come out more, but we will be airing we will be televising our program throughout the school year every Friday night at 7 p.m. and we encourage people to tune in because I think it's important for people to really know what it is the school district offers for our students and for our community on an ongoing basis, just not at budget time.
Thank you, Dr. Magistro, and thank you for watching.